April-May 2021, second wave of COVID-19 pandemic had shaken up the whole world. The crisis and chaos was alarming. Amidst this, a small team in India was striving to find a solution. Here goes the story.
During the second wave of pandemic, Nasik was one of the worst hit cities. The infrastructure of healthcare in Nasik was under huge pressure and the medical oxygen supply was in acute shortage. On one hand, the death toll was rising, and on the other hand, we were facing a lot more other issues at the hospital level. We found that there were leakages in the systems, in the sockets, in the pipelines, and apart from that, sometimes the control panels wouldn't work properly. The cryogenic tanks which we had as our main source of supply had frosting over them, reducing pressure of the supply in the system. Also, the handling was manual, and so it also caused hazards to the people who were handling the systems. All these issues also had monetary implications because leakage in oxygen meant we had to spend more on the supply.
The outburst of the cases, those occurred in this pandemic, are much more than our oxygen supply, which is provided to the every hospital. Every molecule, every injection is changed according to the time in the COVID. But one thing doesn't change, that is oxygen. Oxygen is only necessary things in every critical patient on ventilator, on BiPAP, which are in their critical illness, and at the last part of the life, the oxygen only can save their lives. We have seen the many practical example of this in this COVID-19 pandemic.
Something had to be done. This was getting out of hand, and it was high time that we do something about it. And that is when we approached Indian Valve Engineering Society to help us find a solution to these issues.
I had privilege to lead and facilitate this unique project, first of its kind in India, and that too during COVID-19 pandemic. We formed a team of 8 members and started with training of 3 members in value methodology. These members were totally novice to this technique. Emotional intelligence elements were integrated in these projects due to its psychosocial nature. We did in-depth function analysis and created technical and customer-oriented fast diagrams. These diagrams are something which create a roadmap for further improvements. Life cycle costing was done for heavy investment or major investments like oxygen generator. The team developed implementable practical solutions and presented to hospital management, who were really delighted to see these solutions and adopted them because of its feasibility.
आमच्याकडे जे काही ऑक्सिजन लाईन आहे त्या संदर्भात आम्ही जे काही लिकेज पॉईंट आहेत ऑक्सिजन लाईनचे ते पहिल्यांदा आम्ही शोधले आणि ते शोधण्यासाठी आम्ही लीक डिटेक्टर विकत घेतला. सगळ्या स्टाफला त्या संदर्भात ट्रेनिंग दिली आणि लीक डिटेक्टरचा जो काही डेटा आहे त्याचं मॉनिटरिंग केलं. ते शोधल्यानंतर जे काही आमचे जे काही कंट्रोल पॅनल आहेत त्याच्यानंतर लिकेज पॉईंट आहेत किंवा फॉल्टी जे काही इन्स्ट्रुमेंट लाईनचे जे संदर्भात ते काही इन्स्ट्रुमेंट आहेत हे जे काही आम्हाला सापडले ते आम्ही सगळे चेंज केले. आम्हाला भविष्यामध्ये अजून खूप काही इन्स्ट्रुमेंट घेऊन त्याच्यामध्ये इम्प्रूव्हमेंट करायची, ज्यावेळेस फंड उपलब्ध होईल तेव्हाच आम्ही तो करण्याचा आमची तयारी आहे.
On behalf of Radiant Group, I would first of all like to congratulate the project team for successfully managing as well as implementing this oxygen project, that also in so much of difficulties in the time of pandemics that it was hardly impossible for anyone to move, but they did it very well. I would also like to thank from the bottom of my heart the Invest Group for their expertise as well as all the help which they have provided to us so that this become a very successful event, because this was not possible only with the doctors or the hospital staff.
The unique project was delivered successfully in just 300 hours with several learnings. This solution is relevant for intensive care units even after the pandemic. The solutions can be further replicated and scaled up with stakeholder support in similar geographies, not just India alone. Further, research and development are needed for reducing cost of instruments and components. Most important, it has shown how value methodology can be applied through small organizations for a large social cause.